Hello. Hello. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Yeah. Y'all, yesterday was a good day to be online and have access to internet. It was pretty cool. I'm glad that we had that. I'm glad we had that experience together. Something tells me that you may not have been able to hear my audio. So I want to make sure that this is happening now. Oh, it is. Okay, great. Yeah. What a good day to be online. We actually had fun, from what I understand. Most of you have said. And it was, it was good. Who knew that being online is like the bastion for like if it's good or not? Like, that's so whack. What a time to be alive. Anyway, y'all, thank you for being here. It's another day. Hopefully you are in it. I want to talk about sleep. I really, really hope all of you are trying to get good sleep. Good sleep is a gift. It's so good to be able to have a good night's rest. I know a lot of people are having issues with like rest and sleep and all these things. I really, really hope that you take some time to do research today, go on Reddit, talk to your doctor, talk to a friend, seek out an herbalist, do a YouTube deep dive on something that's going to help you instead of trying to catch the conspiracy signs and then whop, please, just like a good night's sleep will change everything. So I hope that you can find that. And I'm very, very happy that I can be sleeping. That's cool. Let's get right to it because y'all don't care about this positive stuff. So unfortunately, like the West Coast is still on fire. That's wild. The air and the sky are very dangerous. So if you have any friends out there, please check in. I don't even know. I have friends out there. All I can do is tell you to close your windows and let's pray together. I ain't got nothing else for you. I can't tell you. I can't send you no oxygen. I can't like mail you a care package. Like, you can't breathe. It's horrible. So I'm just praying that friends can keep their homes and family, like it's just a lot. So, we should be thinking about everybody out there because climate change clearly is showing us that shit's going to get a little crazy if we don't do what we need to do here. And stuff is crazy. I think we hit the overreach mark or something last week where like there's no turning back the clock for real. So yeah, like we suck. I don't know why we want to pretend that, we should care. We should be caring about what's going on right now. Like for real. Also, so this book by Bob Woodward. Now, I don't know if y'all are in the know of Bob Woodward's book and who this guy is. I'm going to give you the Mary Pryor version of Bob Woodward. Bob Woodward is this white man who wrote a book. He's an investigative journalist. He worked for the Washington Post in 1971. He is known for reporting on the Watergate scandal. Pretty like, if you like Watergate, if you think Watergate was wild, what we're enduring is wilder, which is crazier because like no one is like checking this fool. But like I'm just gonna put this up here because it's getting pre-orders and it comes out, and unfortunately I have to put up an Amazon screen. I'm not saying that you should go buy this at Amazon. I'm trying to employ you to find small business owners in other ways so that you do not have to, let's keep our pockets available for folks. But look, Why would you wait to tell us that the president was on some mess in February? Why would you wait, Bob? Bob, we needed that information ASAP. But but now we have a book, and you have 18 recorded interviews with the president, Bob. And you waited to tell us that he knew that coronavirus was a real problem. Now? Why would you? Who are you? What? You're not helping. You're not helping us get this Klansman out of office. You're not. So I don't understand why you waited. But that's annoying. That's super fucking annoying, Bob. So I'm a download the book as a PDF for free. I'm not even going to pay for it but why would you wait? We need to know this a little bit in advance, right? That would have been cool. Thanks. Can you tell us? And also, I don't know if y'all are looking at the weather, but am I the only one that's looking at this weather kind of on some, are we about to be in the end time? Has anybody seen this breakdown of hurricane situation going on? No, I'm sure y'all haven't seen this hurricane situation that's popping. It's pretty wild. The hurricane situation is crazy. Let me show you something that, if I were still on my I'm afraid of everything tip, y'all, this is from today. You show me something like that, I don't know what to think. It feels very end time coming-ish. It feels extra am I right with God? Am I right with the ancestors? Will Olodumare accept me into the hearts of others? Am I right with everybody? Because this is this is a lot. This is it's giving me a little bit of and Rachel, I disagree. I don't even think we're in the good part of the series. I feel like right now we are season 4 of House of Cards. We haven't really hit this is a season 1 situation. I don't think we're there yet. Okay, Tracy, yes, we know it's hurricane season, but that's a lot of hurricanes all at once. Tracy, this is a lot. That's a lot. Okay, there are 19 tropical depressions right now. That don't feel normal. Okay? So, and if it is, please correct me. I don't want to be wrong. But come on. That's weird. It doesn't make any sense. We're going to go into sports talk. I know y'all are what is this about? Yes, I do watch sport teams. I'm a reluctant Lions fan, much like everybody in New York is a reluctant Knicks fan, and y'all really suck. I don't understand how you blow a lead like that got blown yesterday with the Lions, but it's hard to have to be the fan of the thing. It's hard. It's hard. And the NFL is horrible and does people dirty. And it's a mess. It's a mess. The way they're playing Eric Reed, the fact that they won't give this man his job back, Cap, and now everybody's kneeling. What kind of, imagine what a mind fuck, right? You started this whole let's kneel, And now even like team owners are like, everybody's doing it, and you can't get the job back that you had where you just want to play the sport, and like everybody's like jockeying, like what a whoo. And then, as we all know, the Lakers about to move on and do some Lakers stuff. I'm a LeBron fan. I don't like the Lakers. Again, Pistons fan. I'm not allowed to like the Lakers. It's kind of in our bylaws. And hurricanes. Sorry about that, y'all. We live in this city. It's part of our essence to hear hurricanes. I don't know. I'm glad that there's some type of sports going on so men can stop losing their minds. I saw a lot of men not right when no sports was playing. So I'm glad y'all got something to do. This hurricane is up, not helicopter. This needs to wrap up. But since we are now going to move on to our next segment, so whoever they're trying to find must be right here. Y'all, they're trying to find this man. Yes. Ooh. Oh, wow. One moment, please. I want to make sure we have the right energy and time. Whoever they're trying to find, it must be some shit. Anyway, let's get to that's like the LA helicopters. Y'all know what you really don't know the LA helicopter sounds. We are going to get to the next topic. So I'm very, 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 very excited. If you were watching Versus last night, there were a myriad of conversations on Twitter. This was led by one of the voices, Trezure Empire, who is about to come on in a few moments and seconds. We were talking about, wow, this is so great. Everybody's having a good time. We're all singing our hits. But y'all treat brown-skinned singers and MCs like dirt. So what's like, I know we were happy. I know this is amazing. We're having our auntie moment. We're sharing our mac and cheese recipes. Oh, we're having so much fun. But in reality, when it comes to the melanated look, y'all be having some real interesting outcomes right now, considering what everybody was into then. So I'm going to add Trezure to the stream. We are going to get this popping. Yes. Are you?
Yeah. I was thinking about your friend that was speaking on, I think, Friday, and you were talking about the brushing, and then all of a sudden I felt the need to do the same.
It's okay. I understand.
I felt like, oh wait, I'm in the house.
We were in the middle of an interest. Like, I was doing a lot yesterday. I had to prep for the show that we did for Afterglow, and then I was on Twitter, and I was like, we were living. Like, you and I were on the Gladys. Like, we were like, y'all are missing what Gladys has done. Y'all are y'all
Gladys,
are missing
Gladys. Wait, Gladys.
Yeah, like
glad she got her moment last night.
People were missing the essence of Gladys, who definitely like has a story unique to everybody.
Absolutely.
But everybody's like Patty, and I was like, I'm sorry, Gladys did License to Kill. Y'all have no idea.
The reality is this: if you really are a child of Patti LaBelle, as I am, you would have listened to your mother, and your mother was paying attention to Gladys. Your mother kept saying, I want to hear Gladys sing. She was, first of all, Patti LaBelle, I'd never seen her so humble towards anything in the world in my entire life. I don't know that. So that's a testament to just how magical Gladys's voice actually is. Y'all, and
still sounds just like the tape.
Just
like
it needs
the tape.
to sound exactly the same for 40 or 50 years, they don't know nothing about that kind of longevity.
Right, exactly. Right. So, but at the same time, while we're sharing in this moment, I just definitely had to look in the mirror, and I'm just kind of like, there's a lot of whisper singing that y'all kind of more so lean to right now. Alongside that, I'm noticing that my complexion and in the complexion range of where we are, it's
Where they
okay.
at?
Well,
Where do they go?
okay. We know where we are and we know where they are, but they're not where, like, the celebration moment for that seems a little iffy. So it's an interesting item in conversation. It was something that Kimberly Nicole said a couple of days ago, and I was trying to find the tweet, and I want to paraphrase this and be fair, but she was kind of like, I know for a fact that my career would have been different essentially if I were lighter skinned. And for me, that, as a friend and admirer and a music lover and someone who has her own gift of music, and just understanding that hurt my feelings to see a friend and someone who I respect feel and honestly state facts. It's not even like shade, it's just facts. So, I mean, I'd love to get your thoughts as a performer and as someone who's, we've all been around similar colleagues in the music space that careers have done this, careers have done that. And there's a lot that has to come together with colorism as well.
I sing diaspora music, so I spent a lot of time having to remind people that, Blackness is vastness, and I shouldn't have to look Spanish to have a Latin background. I shouldn't have to also be hypersexualized to have any narrative that is racy or wild and free. I've never really been the right archetype for my sound, so I definitely understand to what she's saying. I understand where she's coming from, because I've seen so many careers that really wouldn't even go as hard as Kimberly or I go, that get the room to play the part. And they definitely don't look like they sound. Like, they definitely reflect a great multicultural Blackness, but never just Black on Black. Never. You never get that anymore. And it's almost like a crime to want to celebrate Black music by Black people anymore. It's very true.
It's really it's terrifying. I mean, for me, I offer this this point, not saying that our sister doesn't need love and support, and it's clear that Imogen has a lot of work for her, and that's why this is where she's at. But Azealia Banks is a very talented MC, and I know that she definitely has put herself in positions that she should not be in, right? There's an ownership that has to go there. Absolutely. But we offer her so little grace, and we offer her more disrespect than grace if this were Doja Cat.
Oh, absolutely.
And so for me, the Doja Cat situation and the Azealia Banks situation, to me, are closely almost similar, not the same, but similar. So, it's like, well, we give Doja all this, but she...
I don't give her none.
It's interesting, right? So, I think that when we celebrate icons and they're brown, and when we celebrate icons and they're of lighter hues, it's just kind of really interesting how musically and overall, we've been taught to hate ourselves, but we've given other people access to our culture for them to embody and design in their own way. And then now they become the idols, and they become the bodies that people want to ascend and rise to. That's my assessment.
Absolutely. And it's also really bizarre, right now, especially you know that along with my own music, I also sing Ocha music and folkloric music. And it's really funny how there's this politic, this colorism politic is so strong that it's almost like I have to prove that I have a right to West African culture. It's real funny how it works, and we give so much room to that proximity to other. We celebrate, we actively, in so much of our Black culture, we celebrate an anti-Black image, something that does not remind you. I'm still a bit traumatized by that little 4-year-old's video where she couldn't understand herself as beautiful because people are exotifying their children and making designer babies just to not hold on to the beauty of Blackness and yet want to capitalize off of it. So we all participate in this and allow this. I don't doja. I don't do those things. I don't do none of those things. I don't really play those games. And that's another reason that I think things are hard for azaleas and for a lot of us, because I'm also like, I don't have to have behavior to that. I don't have to play into that. Like, I don't have to play into any of those things. I mean, I'm a proud Caribbean woman. I come with a lot of my own narrative, and I don't need a proximity to whiteness to be valuable or to make my musical context more accessible. Kimberly talks about this all the time too. Rock is ours. We made rock music. She should not have to look apart to be allowed to be singing rock music. I should not have to look like somebody else to be able to sing in my own context. That's bizarre that we do this to each other.
Well, we do it to each other because I think that honestly, there's so much intermingling and appropriation and co-opting of our culture to where we just haven't been ready or actually amped enough to reclaim it. When we talk about soul music and rock music actually being Black, we still won't reclaim that for whatever reason, right? And then we shit on men and women that participate in rock music without the understanding that rock music is Black music first and foremost. It is blues. Right. All of the things that you celebrate from Elvis and the Beatles and the Rolling Stones is an appropriation of Black music. They will
acknowledge
they even acknowledge it. Yeah, they acknowledge it, right?
And that's really weird because for me, like I love singing. I love singing Billie Holiday's repertoire. I love singing Nina Simone's repertoire, and it's really funny because it's found its way into my own writing style without just taxing their lines, taxing their style. And it'll be the most random white boy who'll be like, "You listen to a lot of Dinah Washington, right? And I heard that arrangement from New York of Nina Simone. I heard that reference," and I'll be like, "God damn it, bro," because I cannot get that appreciation. I always tend to get the, "Oh, you different" from the hood, and Black people give me the cheer, they're like, "Ooh," but they're not committed to it, but then not for nothing, like Latin people will be like, "Eso tesoro," like they'll be like, "I'm with this chick. I am all the way there." And it's weird that we don't like to see our culture in brown. We don't. Everybody, I've never really felt my music disconnecting except with like Black people in a lot of ways. And I hate to say that, but I do feel like it's sometimes hard to be as cultural as I am because that's not lit out here.
Real talk, sister to sister. So we're gonna do rapid fire. I call it rapid fire therapy. Rapid fire therapy is where I'm just going to ask you yes or no questions relating to this topic, and then we're going to unpack it because, again, shade and facts are two different things. We need to talk about that more. Like when Patty said she did If You Ask Me To first before Celine, that's not shade.
That's a fact.
That's a fact. The fact that we read it as shade because it comes from a Black woman is something you need to check out.
Absolutely.
How do you view Black women in a way where if we're speaking our truth, it's shade or it should be taken as less as our truth? So that's for another time. Do you think, so here we go.
Yes, let's do it.
Trezure, if you were light skinned, would your career be different?
Yes.
If you were not from the United States, would your career be different?
Absolutely.
If you were born in a different era musically, would your career be different?
Yeah.
If you were shorter, would your career be different?
No.
Okay. If you were willing to operate in the industry where you would have to compromise yourself sexually and intuitively, would your career be different?
Yes.
Okay. So what does that say to people that really want to like understand what the real tea is when it comes to trying to dive into this space and being actually brown and proud and noticeably brown from nose to cheeks to lips?
We do not want to celebrate and give a pedestal to Black women. We're always looking for a way to not accept that we are the source. Um, and I say we because I don't think it's a they. I think that this is an internal cultural issue, and we've been talking about this for months, and the way that we will give iconography to fair skinned women, to Beyonce. A lot of people, I love Beyonce and I think she's brilliant, but I think it's a shame that the idea of Ochun as short haired and dark skinned scares people and turns people away, or that Oya is supposed to be this darkness, or that we have all these ideas of mammies and all the dark skinned women are
Ooh.
um that's why I say every day, I'm a madama. I'm not your mammy. Like, I am not here to take care of y'all and get left behind. And we are doing that to a lot. I mean, and I don't say that about just myself. I say that about a lot of careers,
It's
even
actually
careers that seem to be streaming well. Like, they're not getting real burn.
it's something I had to even correct working in corporate office culture, is because I chose my Instagram name and my Twitter name because it just was the most available thing. I couldn't do what I did. But when people call you Miss Trezure or Miss Mary or Miss whatever, I'm like, yo, I'm not your mammy. That actually bothers the literal shit out of me
Yeah.
in corporate culture. And
Yeah.
I'll be like, I don't know why Mary just wasn't what you stuck with, but adding a Miss or a yes, mammy, or yes, or Mama Mary, and I'm 29. Like, what do you do? Why are you calling me Miss? Like, I'm not your maid. I'm not your mammy. I'm not your windows to blackness, right? And I think that
Right.
a lot of people in workplace culture don't realize that they're doing that. They don't
Yes.
realize that they're turned. White women for sure don't realize that they've turned a Black girl into their windows into otherness
Absolutely. And my
at the
whole life has been
workplace,
about that. Just
right?
because
So
I seem so accessible, because I'll let everybody, everybody could get cursed out where I'm at. So I'll let everyone speak. I'll let everyone come forward. And I'm always strong in my presence. And I also think that that ownership of self, um, for dark skinned women in various industries, in almost any industry, that becomes a massive problem. When people can tell that you are not, I think I was telling Liz yesterday, I can't afford to approach an interview wanting your acceptance. I have to come to my interviews being like, do you see what this is about? This is how I've been getting down. Do you like this? You want to see something else? Like, I have to be affirming, because if not, I'm not acceptable, right? I am not the right type. So it's very important to me that in all my work, I'm always talking about, you better command your own space. And that is a hard thing to do. That is a hard thing to do when money's on the line. And it has
yeah.
definitely been hard on my career to not, I should have turned myself into 5 different weave chicks. I should have done a lot of things just to make it easier. I mean, I'm lit. Why am I not a influencer? Because I'm out here like studying Orisha music and like learning how to sing in Tanzania, because I do want to do high art. And that's another thing. Like, we have to have more respect for the fact that, like, we're also not all here to Hottentot for you.
That's true.
That's not the whole of our beauty. Like, I'm very sensual. I'm very free with my body. I don't care about anything like that. But that has nothing to do with how I sing or the music I choose to sing or the quality of my art. Like, don't diminish me to these like roles of consumption. And that's really how Black artists are. We need to make sure we're not perpetuating that, the right type, because sometimes we're doing that to ourselves, and it makes it very easy. It makes it very easy for anybody outside of our paradigm to do that to us. I might turn into being the right type, but why are we doing that? Like, why do we do that? And why are we diminishing the sound of our own music to the people who look a certain way? There's something about Blackness. I'm going to just say this. There's something about Blackness and Black intonation that comes from Black people. All right. You're not going to get that in somebody else from somewhere else, and we're losing so much of our own music because it seems like we're not allowed to say we have Black music. We're not allowed to say that we have an interconnected, international, Pan-African sound. We're not supposed to celebrate that in America. We can do it in Africa. We can do it in the Caribbean, but we can't do that here. Like, we need to check it, because we're limiting our own cultural expression. You need a Gladys Knight vocal. You need that. You need to hear that intonation, and that Patti LaBelle, and that Shaka Khan. You need that dark skin vocal. And I'm always going to bring that. I'm always going to do that more than I'm going to conform to what works. Because I could have easily Aiko'd a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true. And I try to, like, I think I'm glad that R&B is back, because for a moment it wasn't. But you just can't celebrate and be excited that the dark skinned aunties are giving you a show, and then you don't even like give a care when a brown skinned MC woman gets shot in the feet. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. It's kind of, you can't. That's weird. That's so weird. If you don't see it as weird, we think it's weird. So,
I mean, for me, even more than Azalea, I've been paying attention to the, timeline wise, how people dealt with Doja and her crew and Megan's situation, and how there was so little room to deal. Like, we just don't want to deal with the fact that, we like our light-skinned, thick-bodied girls, and we don't want to confront that there's some messiness there, but we got time to laugh about a whole 24, 25-year-old getting shot by a whole dude she was with. What are we talking about? We got time to joke about that? That's funny to you? Like, that's weird.
I think it's interesting that Joe Budden still gets burned when he beat a baby out of Esther Baxter, beat Tahiri. Sin and him have issues, and she's, she hasn't been as vocal about whatever those issues are as compared to Esther and Tahiri. But like, the way that we treat ourselves as melanated bodies within gender in general is a whole other issue, compounded by colorism. That's a no.
That's a different day. You know me.
That's a different day, I know. And I really want to do a round table with like me, you, Saida, Trezure, and Joy Gillum. Joy is perfect for this.
Joy.
If I can commandeer Layla, I would as well. But like,
yes.
I mean, I can, but like, just having a real like
Joy, especially on just Black woman ownership and career, because that ownership part is a whole nother element, because she could have looked the right part, but she always been her own. She ain't never needed nobody to affirm her. She is the essence of how to affirm yourself as an artist, and having that literally shaped me. Like, literally, I love Joy. So let me just say that. But that Black woman ownership and career, any industry, that's a worthy like roundtable.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on it. I'm gonna get on it because I just feel like it's, you know, we're gonna talk. Let's talk. We got time. Y'all want to talk? Y'all want to do everything else? Why can't we do this? What's wrong? We got all this time. And if you think the pandemic is over, you're tripping. Because the ancestors say we're gonna be here for a little bit.
Yeah. And we need to deal with things while we have the time to, you know. And I know this year has been very much a programming of like, let's not deal. Let's just stick to our main thing. But it's like, no, listen, you know, if it matters, then it all has to matter. And we also have to deal with the stuff that matters. Since it matters.
Yee. Thank you. Where can people find you? Where can people like fall in love with you? Where are you located?
Right now, I'm doing a lot through my Bandcamp, so treasureempire.bandcamp.com. You can get some merch there. My music is there. I'm about to move all my music there. It's very important, guys, that, you know, these musicians that have no stages are dealing with direct income. So also Treasure Empire on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. I'm also on Becoming the Botanica, if you ever want to tap into some spiritual dialogues. And then Wombs of Wealth is where I do my womb beating and reading and really pump up all my madamas to live their best lives for themselves, regardless. So thank you, Mary. I'm so excited. You know, I was supposed to be on on backstage and I was just watching you. So sorry for being late. I was just watching. I really watch you like every morning. I have not done anything like this ever in internet history. Like I legit watch you most mornings. So I love this.
Thank you. I'm really just trying.
I love it.
You know,
and you taught me how to use something I didn't know how to use. I was like, yes, always. You always learn something with Mary. And the tuna fish.
I put you on, right? I put you on, right? I put you on.
Great.
Tell them. I want you to tell people about the tuna fish.
The tonillo, right? Is that how you pronounce it? I had the garlic and caper. It was beautiful. I made a nice like toast with it. The lady was talking some ghetto stuff in the store. I didn't add anything. It was lovely on its own. She was like, yeah, I put my mayonnaise in it too. I was like, nah, man, so I'm good. I'm real good. I don't need to do that. But it was wonderful.
But I will tell you this. You do a beefsteak tomato. Get cashew butter for the toast. And fresh coarse cracked black pepper.
Yes, we could do that.
You know you grown when you've hit the moment where you're like, girl, I have this sandwich recipe.
Right. Where you're like, I just figured out how to make the most minimalist, amazing foods ever.
Oh, it's so sad.
I miss you so much, by the way. I know I tell you all the time, but I miss you so much. It's so nice to just
I'm
time with you.
I will catch you up on where I'm moving. I'm like in the middle of I need to start working somebody's job now.
Yes,
but
girl, me too.
Be well.
Yeah, I had a great opportunity. It was funny. Why can't I remember his name? Was his name Harold? Was that his name?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought I was about to be like, girl, why did you say somebody's name wrong? But he was mentioning how, you know, I feel a lot of people got hit with this like great opportunity that was literally in the bag. And then like 3 days later, everything fell apart. Like that was me. But I say that and I tell everybody that was the best affirmation for quarantine, that like, yo, if you had money in your hands and it wasn't even, and that couldn't have changed anything, like it's still in your hand, right? So I have to keep reminding myself that even as this is like, what is happening? Like I got a million ways to get it. And we really do. And we have to affirm ourselves with that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna get mine though. I'm not gonna be out here.
100%.
I'm not gonna be out here.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Not at all.
Like mindfulness, but whatever it takes.
Right. Like humbly, like Muerto.
Yeah,
Please
like,
help
you know,
me.
I don't want to do anything too crazy, but like, you know, like.
Nah, but you know, oh, but also only hands. Let's talk about it.
So we want to start our OnlyFans.
Only hands. Let me see your nails. Let me see your nails. Yeah, YouTube hands. All right, only hands. We gotta talk about it.
We got to find a way to make it like a thing, but like, I'm
I
really serious. If Colt from 90
approve.
Day Fiance can start our OnlyFans, we can do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I feel. I will check in with you. Thank you. Please follow. Y'all got all the information and catch the re-air in case you missed this important conversation.
Also, go listen to some more Gladys Knight and Patti LaBelle. Like, for real, you guys got to study some music. Y'all, I'm not singing out here. And I'm ready to eat people's food. I just want you to know, like, I already rolled with Kimberly. We could eat everybody's food. So please, like, start studying because we be doing the work. And I want to hear real singers. Like, come. They were able to talk about how nobody could come for them, right? The two of them from childhood, nobody could come for them. Y'all singing like that? Because I'm singing like that. So
I mean, like there are a few, but
make it happen, Captain. It's time for us to all step it up.
Agreed. We have to like get it together. I love you. I'm gonna cut this. Bye, boo. All right. So you know the deal. Support your friends. Get this Klansman out of office. It's been an amazing 45 minutes. I'd be trying to keep this 30 minutes and I fail every time. So I'm gonna figure it out or not. Thank you all for joining. Again, you can donate to sustain whatever I'm doing here. Electricity is high, equipment is high, but thank you and be safe. And I will see you tomorrow.